All right, this is the last part of a three-part series on the California BDR. And on this day, we're riding from Lone Pine up to Benton, 130 miles of sheer joy. The morning started off with the peak of the sunrise that's coming over the Sierras. And after we got gassed up, we were greeted with the views of the Sierras. The range was spectacular and grand-esque. The snow-capped mountains kind of reminded me of the Cascades up in Washington. And when we made this corner, the rock formations known as the Alabama Hills were noticeable, along with the vistas of the Sierras and the snow-capped mountains. Very beautiful. And as if we haven't encountered enough variety of rocks, we've encountered these metamorphosized volcanic rocks that are 150 to 200 million years old. So I've heard. And over here, we could see some dispersed camping that's happening to the right. Views in the background. Amazing views. And continuing our awesome riding by rider number 1, rider number 2, and rider number 3. Yeah, that's right. We then stopped by Manzanar War Relocation Center. This is where Japanese Americans were held during World War II. It's an understatement that we must avoid war at all cost. And now back to the fun stuff. Riding. As this was our third day of riding, your body starts getting into the groove. The groove of the whoops, the turns, the acceleration. The thrill of throttling around the bend. What an awesome feeling. The thrill of accelerating in these long straightaways. It's an exhilarating feeling. Riding through these twisties, it feels like you're carving through piles of soft, fresh snow. Your body becoming one with your bike. All that riding makes you hungry and want to throw an apple off the side of a mountain. And once you feel comfortable, the BDR trail will throw you some soft sand for you to fall over. The video doesn't do justice. The slope is no joke, as you can see by the two cyclists in the back recovering from a fall. Looks like my cooler needs a better tie down. This was the fall that Mike had. The initial helper was exhausted, and Jay came to the rescue,
조져야 돼.
advising him to adjust the throttle. And bam, it worked. Hiking up the hill. And this was me, staring down a steep hill. It must have been frustrating for Jay to watch me. And as Jay approached the same hill, he just goes down on it with the breeze. This section of the hill was the most treacherous, as you can see by the steps in a diagonal position. In a slope, I would guess it was about 20 to 30 degrees. And Jay, he came down on it like a breeze. Next up is Mike. He almost did it, but the last section, unfortunately, he used his front brakes a little bit stronger than he should have. So after seeing both riders in front of me taking a fall, my huevos shrank a little bit. Coming down really slow.
Almost.
Yeah, almost. And scoot a little bit to the left.
Stop.
Oh. I need to get on the pedals a little bit more. Now it's Jay Kim's turn. He's assessing, taking his own sweet time.
아이 괜찮아.
Jay yelling at him, "It's all right." Come on. Mind ya, he took a spill right at
앞브레이크
the top
세게
of the
잡으면 안
hill.
돼. 뒷브레이크 잡아야지. 앞브레이크 잡으면 넘어져. 엔진을 꺼.
Jay's advising,
오케이.
don't use the front brakes.
굿. 자, 스톱. 슬로우.
Oh
슬로우,
yeah,
슬로우.
you made it.
슬로우.
Slow. After tackling the steep slopes and the jagged rocks, the wide open paved roadway seems like paradise. The vastness of California and the BDR route is amazing. After a brief reprieve riding on the pavement, we got back on the dirt. The arrow, I believe, is where the turn was. Riding on this section of the BDR felt like we were riding horses. I didn't realize it, but my blue ice cooler must have bothered the shit out of Jay. Having to look at a unbalanced gear for the rear rider must have been very frustrating. Sorry, Jay. We discovered many water crossings in this section of the BDR, and we had to stop at this particular point to see how deep the water got. And yes, we accepted this mission. After crossing multiple streams, I was just hoping that I wouldn't drop my bike into the wet and cold, slippery stream. Having to pick up a 500-pound bike did not sound fun. All that adventure riding makes you pretty hungry.
Feel good?
And making some minor repairs. And when we got to the top of the hill, we were greeted with some more panoramic views. That's right. 4-wheel drive recommended. And the view down there was Bishop. From the top, it was pretty much smooth sailing, except some few rocks and cliffs waiting around the corner. But we weren't scared. Maybe a little bit. And we were approaching the home stretch.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once?
So the section connecting Bishop to Bedton was pretty wide open, smooth, low stress, enjoyable. The vast openness of the tracks was pretty energizing to see the mountains, the open fields, and finally we got to the iconic gas station, and we had to, heading home, we decided to take some more photos. and more photos. This is Jay that's handling the camera. Appreciate all the excellent photos. And while we were taking these photos, we ran across Adventure Agenda group. And these photos seems to capture the fun and brotherhood that we had on this trip. That's right. California BDR.
슬로우. 오케이.